Renegades, thank you for sticking around. You guys have made that last video blow up. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I've made a playlist. Thank you all. And if you like this type of stuff, comment, subscribe. But it's Sunday. I've lit my incense. I've got my Sunday routine in full motion. And this is the one that you guys have been telling me I should have done very early on. Again, I haven't been down this rabbit hole in particular too far. But today, time carved out. Roll up my sleeves, literally, and then we're gonna jump right in. Now, with the Hunger, we saw a different style. High Ren, we saw a different style. Sick Boy, we saw a different style. So, I'm curious, but there's no more need for curiosity. Without further ado, Ren, the Tales of Ginny and Screech. I'm here for it. Let's roll. I love his guitar playing. Captivating, good build up already. Sound like the Godfather. Muted trumpet. Come on, Ren, let's go.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City.
Jamaican vibe.
Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame?
Good vocal range, I like
Well,
that.
on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech, he was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief, at 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul.
Okay, so 14 years old, Ginny, Screech, she's walking. Screech is a liar, a cheater, basically a manipulator. Let's see where this goes. All right.
As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Siren.
Intuition. I like the way that he addresses intuition, because intuition for a woman is so important. Usually when people feel something, that spidey sense that pops out, it usually means something. So I like how he's already painting the picture of Ginny and Screech. He's kind of telling both sides of their story. So I can see the description is probably one of the most important parts of this. So I really got to pay attention. So I'm going to run it back, but I can see I've really got to pay attention to what is already captivating. He captivated me instantly off of the guitar runs that he did and the chords and then the Godfather feel. All right, I'm talking. Let's go.
About 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. Okay. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech, he was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief, at 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it. Bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech, reach with the sheath, with the blade, with the teeth that could bite.
Okay, all right. So now we've got the interaction. We've got Ginny that meets Screech. we've got two worlds colliding right here. We've got both of them that have come in contact with each other. She's already had the intuition, like, maybe I shouldn't be out here. You can hear that. And Ren's storytelling is what captures the most perfect parts of what he's trying to do so far. And then on top of this, now the different levels, he gives that soft side of a female, and then he turns around and he gives you that adolescent asshole of a 14-year-old. Let's just be honest, and he's robbing her. From the looks of it and the sounds of it, he's robbing her, and Jenny is just trying to get home. Okay, all right, you're doing too much. Let's go. Run it back.
To me, Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes.
Good metaphors right there. He said, basically, she stood as still as a statue because it's fight or flight, but she froze. That's the other portion of it. She froze right here. But the way that he just did that metaphorically and painted those words to give you the visual, that's why Ren is so important. Music and poetry, especially in this is like poetry. Because when you're able to visualize something like that, you have no choice but to be captivated. Somebody is painting the picture. It's not just music that he's good at. He is good at using his words to really showcase. This is a scene that's happening right in front of you. All right, let's go.
What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, go? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
Oh.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere at Nantes City.
Oh, good voice.
Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep.
Oh, man.
Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Really quick, he said she found a place to sleep because she's walked this street 1,000 times before. So it's so cold because usually when major things happen like this, they happen inside of our close proximity of home. And if she dies in the streets that she was raised, just... Oh. Okay. All right. We got through part one. We got Screech, who is a little demon child. Let's just call it what it is. He hangs out with the boys. He smokes. He does everything, and then it seems like you almost got this small girl. And they're from London, and he kills her just because she's quiet. To be honest, it didn't seem like she said anything, so her silence really is playing a factor. And in those situations, your life is not worth anything more that's in your purse. Just give it up. We can always get those things back, but the last thing that we want to do is lose our life for something like that. I'm not saying that he's right in any way. I'm just saying if you're ever in that situation, just give it up. All right, let's keep going. Okay, different style now. He is so good with the guitar. I like this because it's almost like an interlude. He lets you take that in. Great video, by the way. All right, Screech's Tale. Let's go. Come on, Ren.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow.
Really quick, I feel like this is like a pirate's tale that I'm watching because of the bounciness. I feel like I could be on a beach somewhere. If you were on a ship and you were sent out to sea for months, this feels like this would be the story that you hear as they account for things that they've seen. It's like somebody came ashore, they watched this happen or heard about it happening, and then they just opened up this story. Just ridiculous how he did that, and that break that he gave us right there, just wonderfully done. Let's go.
Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door.
Oh,
I think I
out.
fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more.
Oh, he's guilty.
But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away.
He even took the narrator role in that portion just to say, like, hey, Screech is freaking out over here. He's starting to reach out to his friends. And then you have that narrator come in and say, hey, let me tell you about what's going to happen to Screech. Well done. Like, this is why Ren is so meticulous and well articulated, because he takes, when he takes the side of a character that he has created or he's speaking on, he actually fully embodies exactly what that character would say, would do, how they would feel. And to have that knowledge, that's why me reacting to Ren is so important. I have to take exactly how I feel and put that to the side. I need to see what Ren is seeing and what he's trying to portray and think from his side. It takes a lot of work for somebody to do that. And to place yourself in someone else's shoes, again, we all need to do that. Whether it be a partner, whether it be a friend, you have to do that in order to understand exactly how that person would feel. Take yourself completely out. How would they feel? He does that well. Let's go.
Hey, babe.
He's back to
You
Screech.
No, nothing really. I'm just a bit tired. Listen, can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
Where did he record this at?
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night.
He
The
switched up
shrill
again.
cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights.
So he already flipped, and as he turned his back, he went right back into the story mode. This is well done. Screech is a wild boy. You can tell his ego is getting in the way, and it's making this story more than it is. Let me not pause it right here because Ren, your face should not look like this, but I'll be honest, it tells how deeply that you go into these characters for you to not just act, but portray the character in the correct manner.
Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Oh shit. Oh. Camera work is great. Oh man. So now the cameraman is Screech's perspective.
Story it ends right to the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Oh, the chord at the end too, like the uneasy feeling. This is very well done. This is a masterpiece of storytelling. This bypasses anything. Looks like we're about to head into another one. So this bypasses anything that we see in what most people do, because this is almost like it's conducted in acts. Like if he wanted to be a playwright, it seems like Ren has that ability. If he wanted to rap, we've been shown in The Hungry he has that ability. If he wants to tell a story about Big Pharma, he has that ability. There is nothing that Ren seems like he can't do except get healthy right now. And that's not on him. But he's using his talents to give all that he can. And that is why when you have artists like this goes far past entertainment. This is a masterpiece and a masterclass of, I can't only just write. I can't only just perform. I can do it all. There's nothing that is going to be given to me where I'm not going to give it my all. That is why Ren is different. Rant over, my bad, but to get a perspective from a cop, to get a perspective from Jenny, to get a perspective from Screech, and then have a narrator almost tell you while the music matches, and the metaphors that are there built-in layers to show you exactly what's happening. Like you learned about the cop, you learned about Jenny, you learned about Screech and his antics. It only makes you wonder, like, what is the final act? Like how does this end? Because Ren is Ren. That's it. That's all I can say. Ren is Ren. He's him. So I'm gonna take it that he's violent. Different approach, different style of the guitar as well. She's sick? He's a guitar genius, just from the fact that if he self-taught himself this, and it doesn't matter what age he did, he committed everything. Oh, the progressions? What most people couldn't see right there is when guitarists practice and play for so long that they start to rub their fingers raw. Watch his fingers. You can tell that he works at this craft. Look at the intensity. Now look at his fingers right here. Literally, there's barely any fingernails. There's really nothing that he has because he's knocking that all out of the way. I don't know how many times he practiced this, but you can tell if there's probably a moment he probably has a guitar in his hand sitting in a corner somewhere and he's focused. And he's focused enough not to care about his hygiene. He ain't getting his nails done. He said, I'm digging in and I'm rubbing this raw enough that way the emotions come out the same. I want everything to be raw in what I do. Amazing. Come on, man.
London City, far from pretty. 2005, a lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beeps and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
Again, once again in this story, we see this, I'm guessing what he's representing of Violet here, laying in a bed, so maybe she's not sick. And he said, now we got to rewind. Now I got to tell you a little bit more. Like, I like the fact that he starts it somewhere, and movies will do this where they, 2 years earlier or 10 years earlier, whatever the case may be. And he does it so well because he does it with music. And he paints the picture in words for you while the guitar complements. Everything that's been done so far, the guitar has complemented exactly each scene. Whether it be the shifts in characters, whether it be where he wants to take us, whether he wants to give us a break as a viewer, everything is done with purpose. And Ren's intent is shown and showcased very well with what he's done with this. Let's go. The eerie notes at the ends of certain runs tell you that there's disdain. Character shift, you can see it.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew.
Now that fucking pisses me off. I'm gonna say exactly how I feel about that. I've never had to deal with anything like that, and thank goodness, but I've known so many people that have to endure this type of pain and silence all at the same time. So for Ren to even talk about this and the abuse that comes along with someone knowing not doing something is so emotionally damaging that it tears worlds apart. What I will say is what I'm starting to learn is with Ren, and this story in particular, he just took us on a journey of society. So, one female, one male, we've got an officer and the narrator, and he's describing the society of London from the scenes of it, and what might just happen on an everyday basis. That's disgusting because when you want to feel safe, you want to feel safe at home. But as soon as we walk out of that door, we could be faced with something different. And that's what Screech is really pointing out here. All right, I got to run Violet's story back a little bit because I really want to make sure. I fucking hate to hear this again, but I feel like in order for me to understand, I have to. It's just, it's irritating. I have girls, that's why. Like, just to know that that's a possibility and a mother would allow that to happen, like, you deserve punishment too. It pisses me off.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was...
For him to just leave that air of openness, you decide what you think happens, that's... It's sad that the same thing happens even with people in the same home. It's disgusting. Some people would rather just turn their head and not see and be blind to something that is directly in their face than actually stand up and say something. Parents, if this has happened or if you have heard this, fucking report this nasty shit that goes on because it destroys children. Children are not allowed to be children at that point, and it's disgusting.
Was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was wrong and but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue.
So that's exactly what I was saying. The history that's gonna repeat. Some people are gonna get caught in a fucking toxic ass cycle if you don't speak up and protect those that you should protect. This story alone is enough to get me fired up. I mean, obviously I am a little bit fired up. I can't even lie about that. But it's just a fact of the things that we want to give our children should be innocence and safety. Once you start taking either of those away, you are starting to fail as a parent. It doesn't matter if you're with a person, you're married, divorced, whatever the case is, you have to protect at all costs. It's not just a boxing ring. You are supposed to protect yourself at all times, but that comes with if you have born or bearing children, you have to do the same thing because they can't defend themselves. Don't put people in a fucking den of lions knowing that they can't protect themselves. Bad. I got a little fired up.
It was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was wrong and but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance.
I like the simple thing to where he looked up and everything echoes, because the soul of a person that does not have the ability to speak, it just becomes echoes. But it echoes in their mind just because they don't have anybody to talk to. That's foul.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke.
It's almost like he just heard what I was saying, because now he speaks of the defense that Violet is having to do. Although she's doing it physically at this point, emotionally, I'm pretty sure she is destroyed. This is disgusting. But the detail that I give credit to Ren for doing, I applaud you for showing the disgusting side of society. The ridiculous side of society that people will exist, and I promise you, I would be one of the people that if I had a chance to tear people limb to limb, I would enjoy it. But I'm going to leave that up to God. I'm going to leave that up to whomever they need when they meet that maker. Okay, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through it. We got to run that back, though. This part right here, yeah. I'm sadly attached to this, and not because it happened to me, just because I know that it does happen.
On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up.
Listen to the details right here.
Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fist.
The door even closes?
Like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence.
Stevie,
Wait.
you're a bitch. I'm gonna call it like it is. You're a
Say
fucking
something,
bitch.
Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005.
I just got chills because I know now. I know now. These are Violet's kids. Wow. Yeah, I'll let it finish. But
the lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle. It happened on these very streets. Two twins
oh my God.
aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
If society gives us continual stories like this, it makes so much sense now. Now, I couldn't even break down the words because there's no reason. The story was better, but this was a story of survival. And what Violet did was probably the most selfless thing. If I can't have myself, if I can't have peace, please, above anything else, make sure my twins, my kids, are safe. It's a cold world when a mother who has been abused emotionally, physically, chose silence. And the only time she cried out was to save her children and say, if I go, if I have to go, if I am making the biggest sacrifice because I've already sacrificed everything because it's been taken away from me by fucking Stevie, my mother won't do anything. This revolving circle of life does not need me. But what is needed is the power and the ability to just birth, give something, and that is my children. And now, years later, from what it seems like they're both 14, if I remember, that's what was said earlier. Screech kills his sister and is then killed by a cop. And it's obvious that they didn't know each other, but think about society, think about never knowing your sister, never knowing your brother, never knowing your mother, never knowing the bullshit that your mother had to endure in society just because of the environment that you've been in has gifted you this. This is so profound from every fucking level, whether it be music, whether it be the storytelling, whether it be the truth, whether it be the lies that are given on a normal basis. We have to do better because this just isn't a made up story. It would be different if this was made up, but this is real life. This is exactly what is dealt with on a daily basis, and this is what people go through to survive. I see why y'all wanted me to do this one, but I'm glad I held off and cleared out an entire schedule just to talk about this. This is not going to get any edits whatsoever. This has got to be fully uploaded because this story right here is real life. There are no shortcuts. These are maybe fictional characters, but whether it be Jenny, Screech, the officer, the mother, the narrator, and then Violet, and the violence that she had to deal with, emotionally traumatic story. Ren, you are different. You should absolutely, if a stage would have you, if someone knows somebody, if somebody knows anything about playwriting, this should be on a stage. You could open this up and put this on Broadway, and just because Ren did it, all the renegades, I promise, would go to see this because they understand where the 13 minutes came from that could literally give 2 to 3 hours of more backstory. If you see this, I promise you, you need to reach out to somebody and let them help you open up the words that you gave, because again, the lyrics perfect, the metaphors perfect, everything that you broke down perfect. And you could actually take bits and pieces before each scene and just give that and then let that scene play out. Absolutely incredible. He is one of the best storytellers, one of the best writers, one of the best poets that is now living. I'm going to say that flat out. And I write poetry my damn self. But to know and appreciate what he just did, amazing. Renegades, y'all are not wrong for this. Of course, I can't do Ren every day, but I can see why this was such a masterpiece given on the highest level. On that note, I can't even take away from my emotions. Everything that I felt was meant to be felt. This moment that I dedicated to this was dedicated, and I can tell you right now, I wasted not 1 minute of my life giving back to this masterpiece. Take care of yourself. Listen to the things that are not being said. Watch the facial expressions that are happening. Watch the people around you who might be in survival mode. Fucking help them. Go help them. Go do something that makes them feel like they are connected and they are worth something in life, because the value of what we can give to other people is needed. It is necessary. That is something that we are called to do. If you don't know your calling, find someone else to combine and help you march forward to that calling. Because this right here, this is Ren's calling. I gotta go for a walk or something. I'm still pissed off at Violet's story. And knowing that society is like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Enjoy y'all weekend. I am not that upset, but at the same time, I hate that life has to be like this. And if there's a reason that I've served, I fight, and go into different communities besides my own, it makes me want to go back to my own community and say, we have to do better, because we do. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. There will definitely be more rain coming soon. And I'm out of here. Fuck.